Okay, all yours, Zoya.
So I see a lot of new names. First of all, I'd like to thank all of you for joining. And we started management through movies as an initiative to to pick up learnings from what we generally spend a lot of time watching. It was a method that we used to use in training programs, and we realized that even if we don't use them in training programs, we can use them just outside. So we've been doing management through movies for months now, and for all our previous management through movies, you can go to our YouTube channel and you'll find that. Even after this session, we'll have the YouTube link. This recording uploaded on the YouTube. A little bit about Square SQL, which is what is sponsoring management through movies. So Square SQL is simply is an organization that believes in building human capability. So we work with various corporates, various through industries and through levels to create the capacity that a company desires, and which helps them to be the most efficient they can. We also have a wing. So this is Square SQL is a parent company, and we have three more under its banner. Society of Design Thinking Professionals is the largest umbrella of design thinking, where we have over 200 to 300 professionals working under the same roof. Our main focus of Society of Design Thinking Professionals, or as we call it STTP, is spreading the design thinking thought, and making
Where
sure
there is,
people.
sorry
Yes.
to interrupt you, there is a lot of disturbance in your mic.
Okay, just give me a
Looks
second.
like mic is moving as you're talking.
Okay, just give me a second. Let me check.
Or maybe it's quite windy, I believe, where you are.
I can just shut the window then. Maybe just give me a second. Yeah.
So meantime, it's an interesting concept which yes, go Zoya, yeah, you're back.
Yes. Is
Cool,
this
go
better?
ahead. Yes, much better.
Yeah. So right. So as I was saying, Society of Design Thinking it focuses on spreading the design thinking thought. We are present across countries, and our thought is to create practitioners who can then take design thinking across to other people. We are working closely with corporates, with individuals, and different groups of people across countries to spread that thought. And like I said, Society of Design Thinking Professionals is the largest umbrella, having over 300 professionals and working with together. We also have a Strengths Coaching Society, and under Strengths Coaching Society, our main belief is that is to focus on our strengths. Basically, whatever you're good at, try and become better at it, because that is what can make you great. And it's also a thought that is worked on by Clifton Strengths Finder, and Clifton Strengths Finder, and we use that to sort of find out our strengths and to build on each and every one of them. So that is about Strengths Coaching Society. We have coaching workshops. We work with numerous people to coach them, to build their strengths, as well as we certify people to become strengths coach, so they can help other people out. Last but not the least, we have Designovator. It is an entrepreneurial wing, where we help people who have a spark in their head to sort of pick that spark to build it up to an MVP, where we help each one of them to understand what business acumen is, whether their project or their spark or that the thought they have is a real life project, can be worked on, and if it can, then we take it all the way through to a minimal viable product, and then they take it forward as businesses. So that is Designovator. It's a 6 month long program, which and we take a few short number of people, and take them through every year to their product stage, development stage. That's about this thing. Once again, thank you so much for joining, and this recording will be available on YouTube after we're done with the session. Thank you so much. Over to you, Jimmy.
Thank you so much, Zoya, for helping people understand what do we do. Friends, this week we have gone regional cinema. This week we have gone to Malayalam cinema, wherein we have picked up the movie called Trance. It's an amazing movie, and let me give you a little brief of what this is all about, what the movie is all about. And when I was watching the movie, there was a certain sense, whenever the training or the trainer part was also being played by the protagonist, Viju, I could also relate so closely to it. So the movie revolves around the main character. His name is Viju Prasad. He's a small-time motivational speaker in Kanyakumari. However, he's got a mentally unstable younger brother, Kunjan, and Kunjan also commits suicide. And Viju is devastated and relocates to Mumbai at that point of time. Now, while he's in Mumbai, he reached out to a casting director whom he had met in Kanyakumari, and she introduced Viju to two businessmen, Solomon Davis and Isaac Thomas, who hired Viju to pose as a Christian pastor and perform hoax miracles. Now, he was trained very well into his role, and Viju's name was changed to Joshua Carlton, Pastor Joshua Carlton. And initially, Viju was hesitant. However, over a period of time, he was able to mesmerize his audience. And at the height of his popularity, he was invited for a live TV interview. I think from there, the movie gets pretty intense. That this reporter called Matthews, he asked Joshua Carlton, the pastor, why don't you do a live miracle right now? Now, at that point of time, in the break, what pastor does, he secretly drugs Matthews during the commercial break, causing him to collapse in front of the camera. And this event was hailed as a miracle. However, subsequently, doctors told that it was the blood report proves that he was drugged. And at that point of time, Solomon and Isaac actually attacked Joshua, leading him to be hospitalized with several head injuries. They kept him feeding some of the other medicines to him, so that over a period of time, slowly he will, automatically die. Now, what happens is, while he was in coma, they decide to quietly kill him to avoid any further trouble. On the third day, after 24 hours, when I was in coma, third day when he wakes up, he was the one, who he wakes up to a very different person. And at that point of time, he tells both the businessmen that, look, I need the lion's share, 80% of the profit for himself. And at that point of time, there was a lady, who was introduced into as the assistant to Pastor Joshua Carlton. Her name is Esther in the movie, and she realized that probably what is happening to Joshua is not right. And her job was to check whether Pastor is actually sick or he is pretending to be. But when she realized that, he's sick, and she also revealed that she had a history of suicidal tendencies. She had a bad relationship in the past. She delivered a baby, and she was an unwed mother. Now, with these things, both of them came really close. And when and it so happened that Joshua went public and told what the reality of this entire Joshua Carlton is. And at that point of time, since he was mentally unstable, court did not press any charges against him. He was put into a rehab. After 2 years, he realized that after when he walked out of the rehab, he actually started looking for Esther, and he found Esther in one of the red light areas in Amsterdam, and that is where the movie ends. Now, typically, if you see, the structure is, we'll talk about the movie which we have just done, and then we'll get into what are the various ways in which we can actually learn, from what was there in the movie, right? And maybe in the end, if you're keen, you can always ask questions. You can share your reflections, and we'll finish in about 35-40 minutes. So that's going to be the schedule. Now, typically, if you see this, I've already shared with you. So Joshua is acquitted from his crimes, and he finds her in the Amsterdam. Now, there's a very beautiful scene in the movie wherein on a daily basis, when he was in small time motivational speaker in Kanyakumari, he will get ready, he will stand in front of the mirror, and he will have this affirmation: today My life will be eventful, fruitful, wonderful, beautiful, and successful. This again, goes back to the fact that as facilitators, as trainers, as uh, life coaches, people tend to talk about affirmations, and here is this fellow absolutely living those affirmations. And I really like this so much. Then I would like to read it once again for you. And this is something which probably all of us can pick it up from the movie. I mean, there's according to neuroscience, each and every word what we speak is a unit of energy. Now it is up to us, where are we spending that energy? Think of those times when in the olden days there you people used to just say, I give you a boon or I give you a curse. What was that? Nothing but the power of words. Similarly here, can we imbibe that power of words? Can we have those affirmations? I really like this one. I'm reading it again for you. Today my life will be eventful, fruitful, wonderful, beautiful, and successful. And apart from this, he will stand, look at himself in the mirror, eye to eye with himself, and then he will imitate that he's clapping, and he's clapping really hard. Right? So that's something. The power of affirmations is the first thing probably we can take from the movie. Second is, in his place, Biju has this big poster which says, "There is no elevator to success. You have to take stairs." And I'm sure this is something which you might have seen earlier, you might have read earlier, somebody must have already told you this as well. However, this again reaffirms our faith and belief that yes, there is no shortcut to success. There is no shortcut to success. For a long-term success, what you need to do is you really have to, work hard. Now, when I say work hard, it also includes working smart. It does not mean just keep on working hard alone. Be aware of why you're doing what you're doing. And as they say, if you are clear with your why you're doing what you're doing, how and what becomes extremely easy. So this is the second thing which I would want you to take from here, that there is no elevator to success. You have to take stairs. Now, the interesting part, the third thing, there's a scene in the movie when Biju is actually conducting a class for some of the students. And then he's talking about the power of I am, and probably you can also try this out for yourself right now. The moment you say I am, you are actually telling something to yourself who you are. I am happy, or I am unhappy, I am great, I am good, I am this, I am that. So look at this again, the power of I am. One of the exercises when I moved into this journey of learning and development in the world of making a difference into the lives of the people, if I may say so, uh, to ensure that yes, I have to have that confidence. I used to write this 50 things. What do you think I am, and what is that I think I wish to be? I will just write I am successful, I am happy. Maybe this is another exercise which probably we could take it away from the movie. This is one of another takeaways from the movie, the power of I am. As they say, it's absolutely up to you. It's you who defines everything for yourself. You have the power to create your own reality. And one of the easiest way to create reality is I am, the power of I am. Now, then, this is not the end. This is so beautifully woven in the movie. There are a couple of setbacks. The first setback probably is both of them, the Biju and his younger brother. One day they come back from school and they see that their mother is hanging from the ceiling. That leaves such an impression on those young minds that the younger brother actually becomes mentally unstable eventually. And Biju moved out from the school and started selling, those shells, the seashells, what you get on the seashore, making those malas and making those, decorative items out of that. At that point of time, it was showing his resolve. Second, when his brother committed suicide, he was feeling devastated. And when he had this thought that I must move away from this place, at the background, this is going on. This is not the end, Biju. This is not the end. The third thing is when he actually was in the rehab, And when he moved out of the rehab, again, this is not the end. So often in our own lives, there are setbacks. Things sometimes do not happen the way we wish them to happen. Things do not probably happen the way we want them to happen. At that point of time, what kind of attitude we may have. This is a beautiful takeaway from this movie. Remember this. This is not the end. Yeah, there is always that probably is the end of that event and beginning of another beautiful event, right? Now, another important part was driven by desires. Now, this if you see the trailer, in the trailer also the Solomon Davis talks to Biju and says that there are two kinds of people in this world. One of them are masters, one of them are slaves. And how much do you want to earn? Do you want to earn 50,000 a month? You want to earn 1 lakh a month? You want to earn 10 lakhs a month? You want to earn 1 crore a month? What are your desires? Be driven by your desires. And this is something which we have already applied, and I have been conducting a couple of pro bono boot camps on this. We create, think of this: create a 30-day plan, create a 30-day desire. And why do I say 30 days? Is because 30 days driving your 30 days goal can actually enhance your immunity. Let me repeat this. When you are driven by your goals, your desires, you are actually enhancing your immunity. And don't think of a 5-year goal or a 3-year goal or a 1-year goal. Break them up, 30 days. Right? So what is that you really want to achieve in those 30 days? Write it somewhere. And then as in when you write it somewhere, ensure that it is visible. When you get up in the morning or probably when you go to sleep, it's there, right in front of you. Be driven by that. And you will realize attention goes, the energy and the intention will go actually to your desires, and in no time you'll be able to achieve them as well, right? So get going attitude. Dress to conquer. I always say that one of the key things which makes you successful is it's not about who you are, but it is about who you can be, and it's all in the head. Sometimes when we dress up, of course, these days because of work from home, a lot of us do not dress up appropriately, and then I've seen so many times in the meetings people will say, oh, I'm so sorry, I'm not dressed appropriately and I'm not switching on my video, which is all right. However, what you need to do is the way you feel is the way you behave, is the way you act. So the movie certainly portrays the power of dressing, dress to conquer. And when I say dress to conquer, have something, wear something which enhances your own image in your own eyes. And let me also tell you that it was Zoya who initially picked up this movie for learnings from this movie. So Zoya, feel free to add in as we move on from here, right? And then the another interesting lesson from this movie is there is no limit to what you wish to achieve. From nobody, Biju actually became extremely rich. Well, I'm not getting into the way he did that, but at the end of the day, right and wrong is again relative. The another interesting part is, this movie is an interesting take on the miracle man or the God man, and the way Biju from nobody, who had 2 private jets, he had bungalows in all in Bangalore and Cochin, and he had some amazing wealth, which tells us that we ourselves actually define our own reality. By the way, there is no concept of time and space in universe. And what do I mean by that? It's only on this planet, only on this planet Earth, we have 24 hours, right? And I'm sure you must have seen some science fiction movies like Interstellar and of maybe The Martian Man. You will realize that in all the other planets, it's not 24 hours. So we only attach time and space. Sometimes we feel that this is not possible. Sometimes we feel, oh, this is easy. Nobody tells us this is easy or this is difficult. We only define it, right? Which means there is no limit to what you wish to achieve in life. Surprise yourself. And I can tell you from my own life as well, there is no limit. There is absolutely no limit to what you wish to achieve in life. Think of this. Think of this, that you walk into a restaurant. They have got a limited menu, right? All the restaurants, wherever you go, they will have a limited menu. But in life, your menu card is absolutely unlimited. It's unending. It's for you to decide what you need to pick up. And that's the biggest problem, right? You're not sure what you want to pick up in life. Next is perseverance. Now, when you look at perseverance, there were so many difficulties. You know, did you write as a child? He started working. He took care of his brother. When things were not good, he actually went to Mumbai. He worked in the courier company before he could actually get into this kind of a role. So everywhere he had difficulties, but he did not give up. He did not accept his current reality. He was always there to define his reality. There will always be difficulties which will test you, right? Your perseverance will actually define, what you come out with. Probably, as they say, that for you to really glow, you have to go through fire, right? So perseverance is another key thing which we can take from this movie, right? And probably the last one probably is that your reality is what you make of it. Think of these three things, your reality, your probability, and possibility. Probability is nothing but the chance of occurrence of an event. The reality is a current reality. For example, right now it's 4:27. It's on 10th of April. We are having this conversation around management through movies. But what is possibility? Possibility is something which you wish to have in your life. That is how you want your life to be. And if you realize, each one of us have the power to convert our possibility into a reality. Yes, you heard me right. Each one of us have this power of converting our possibility into a reality. All we need is that we must first of all define how we want our life to be. Maybe you may want to do a small exercise right now. Yeah, maybe take a piece of paper and a pen and write down how your life be if you have all what you look for or what you're looking for or what you want to have in life. Let me repeat this. And and maybe I'll give you about a 2 minutes break also here to ensure that you're able to do this exercise. Ask yourself, how do you think your life be if you have all what you wish for, all what you ask for? Just write it down. How do you think your life would be? Maybe if you don't have a pen or pencil, it's okay. You can just imagine. You can just close your eyes and imagine. How do you think your life be if you have all what you're looking for? And if you wish, you can answer that in the chat window, or maybe you can unmute yourself and can talk if anybody wants to share. How do you think your life be? I can tell you for sure one thing, that when you do this exercise, it will provide certain amount of tension. Yes. Somewhere it will be positive tension, somewhere it will be negative tension. Positive tension is the inspiration to achieve. Negative tension is, oh my God, what will I have to look forward to when I have everything? Right? So remember, to each his own. Yeah. However, once you define what you wished in life, all you have to do is start working towards it. And I'll go back to that 30 days challenge. Have those 30 days challenges. And you will realize that you are actually making your possibility into a reality. And may not be today, but there is so many instances I can give you wherein I have actually made that happen. I mean, when I started my journey way back in this world of learning and development, training and consulting in 2004, 5, and 6, when I became an entrepreneur, to 2021, right? There are tons and tons of example I can give you, which probably will help you to realize that, yes, when I speak with you, it's not some figment of imagination or some imaginary concept. It is something which I have lived, right? So remember, your reality is what you make out of it. So thank you so very much. This is what we thought we'll share with you on today's movie. Maybe I'll stop screening, stop sharing my screen, and I'll check with any reflections, any thoughts, anybody wants to ask or share anything. Maybe I'll stop recording the video as well.